What's going on, my fellow stock market trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome back to Touchdown Trades, the #1 YouTube channel for penny stock trading and investing. Was I wrong about AMC stock? I made several videos talking and being critical about AMC stock when it was trading above $55 per share. I thought that it was overpriced and that there was going to be a correction. And well, I was right. The stock went from 55 all the way down to $11.55 per share. Well, things have changed. It hit a bottom, and over the last week it went from around $12 a share and hit highs of $35 per share. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the catalysts that have sent this thing flying up over 200% in the last 2 weeks. We're going to talk about, is the run over, or is this just the beginning, and how we can make some money trading AMC stock. And finally, the grand finale will be me discussing whether I was wrong or right, being critical of AMC. Let's break it down. Let's get it. But before we get started, we can all agree on one thing, and that's screw Robinhood and screw Webull. Why screw Robinhood? Well, AMC started going nuts again. AMC and GameStop started gaining tons of volatility, tons of volume coming into these tickers. And what did Robinhood do? They went back to the drawing board and they drew up a plan to screw us retail traders once again. And that plan was to limit access to traders' funds. Before AMC started going wild, if you deposited money into Robinhood, they would allow you to trade with those funds immediately. So what did they do? They made it so you have to wait a few days after depositing funds to be able to trade with those funds. They did this because they don't want new people coming in, putting money into their accounts and trading AMC and GameStop immediately after depositing these funds. So how do we get around this? Open an account with my broker, Moomoo. Moomoo has partnered with the channel, and they're giving you guys some free bread. And who doesn't like free bread? I love me some of free cheddar. Put some cheddar on top of the bread, put it in the oven for a couple of minutes, and you got some toasted cheddar bread. You can't beat that. All right, 5 free stocks valued up to $17,000. You open an account, no money needed, no deposit needed. You get 1 free stock. Deposit $100, you get a free share of NEO plus an additional 3 shares. If you deposit $1,000 or more, you get a free share of NEO, free share of Lucid, and 3 extra shares on top of that. You can't beat that deal. The best sign-up bonus in the business, baby. All right, so what the hell's going on here with AMC? All right, so AMC started the run last week. Boom, we were trading down towards $12 per share, and momentum, volume came into the name, and this thing went on a wild run. It's known for making big moves. This isn't the first time we've seen a big move. Up from $12, boom, we hit $34 per share. That is almost a 3x move, folks. That is a monster move. Yes, I've been critical of AMC. There's no doubt about it. I was critical when it was trading way high. And I'd say what I think. There's a ton of YouTubers out there who just make videos on what's popular and what stocks are popular. They don't actually own the stock they're talking about. They know if they talk about it, they're going to get views and they're going to make money. That's not what we do around here, folks. We ain't spitting out our ass. We ain't talking about stocks that we don't truly like. All right, so I do think there's money to be made here with AMC. Not so much from a long-term investment. I'm not diamond handing this thing, but I will trade it and I will make some bread from it. All right, so let's talk about the catalyst. One of the main catalysts that brought attention back to AMC was their acquisition of 25% of Hycroft Mining, which is a gold mining, silver mining operation based in Nevada. If I can get my charts to pull up here, we'll take a look at the Hycroft Mining charts. AMC purchased 25% of this Hycroft Mining. I did a standalone video on this acquisition and on Hycroft Mining. They have a ton of gold and silver that has yet to be mined in this Nevada mine. All right, so we talked about how we thought Hycroft Mining was a little bit undervalued and that it was a nice trade. We did this video way back here when it was trading at like $1.50. All right, now where is it? $2.30. So that was a really nice trade. That was a really nice buy down there in the $1.50 price point. Why is this important that AMC is branching out into other opportunities? Well, they raised a ton of capital. When AMC was running, when the first move came, AMC started offering public offerings. They started doing a lot of public offerings. They raised a ton of money, and we know that the brick and mortar movie theater business is dying. I don't care what anybody says. I took my son to an AMC theater a couple weeks ago. We saw that movie Dog with what's his name, Channing Tatum. It was a shitty movie, and nobody goes to the movies. The whole place was a desert. Nobody was there. Even popular movies are not going to be able to bring the type of numbers that we saw pre-COVID. What we are going to need to see AMC do in order for them to sustain these price points is to transition away from brick and mortar movie theaters into other aspects. Not necessarily gold mining, but what this gold mining acquisition does, what this Hycroft Mining acquisition does, is it shows us investors that they're going to be using their money in a smart, efficient way, and they're going to be branching out into other sectors. And one of the sectors is this mining sector. I'd love to see them do some type of streaming service. I'm sure they have that in the works, but it is a good sign. Let me repeat myself. I have been one of the biggest critics of AMC stock, and I'm saying that this is a good sign that they are branching out. They are making acquisitions. I absolutely love this decision from the AMC executives. All right, so let's look at the chart. There is a very important area on the AMC stock chart that we have to pay attention to, and that is this area right here. All right, so we know a trend line is valid if it is tested several times. Look at this trend line. We have our first interaction here. We can't get over this area. Second interaction here. We can't get over the area. Third, fourth interactions, and the fifth interaction right here. We weren't able to break over it, and we closed this trading day under this trend line right here. That is a very key area, and we need to keep our eyes on it. All right, so AMC stock has pulled back off of that trend line, and where's the good buy opportunity? Well, I'm not currently long AMC, but if we get down here towards this $19 range, I am going to take a swing trade. Look at this flag forming on the chart. We have a flag forming. You guys know I love to buy in the middle of those flags. Why? Because imagine it's almost building pressure, right? You have support down here and you have resistance up here, and you have this pressure building in the middle. It's like a pressure cooker. All right, so we're trading in the middle of the flag, and the stock is either going to break up to the upside, and typically you have a really tons of volatility come into the name when it breaks out of a flag or a wedge pattern like this because of the pressure that the pattern creates on the stock chart. You break up to the upside, you get a big move. But same thing goes for the downside. You break out to the downside, you get a big move to the downside. But what the bottom of the wedge does, the bottom of the wedge gives us our defined risk, right? If we break out to the downside, we can just stop out of the position. But if we break out to the upside, we're sitting pretty and we're scaling out on the way up. CEO Adam Aron has came out and said that AMC is going to be much more than a theater chain, and this is what I've been waiting for. I've talked about this in several videos. They need to leave the brick and mortar theater chain model alone, move on from it, forget about it, take your money and run, invest that money into other aspects. Sure, use the branding, use the AMC legacy branding for streaming services, on-demand theater videos, and so on, right? The gold mining move is a really good move. Was I wrong talking bad about AMC stock months ago when it was trading at $55, $60 a share? Obviously, I was not wrong. The stock went went from $55 all the way down to $12 per share. Sure, I think AMC has potential. It has a cult following, right? These people aren't going anywhere. The guerrilla army, the guerrilla gang, whatever the hell they're called, they're not going anywhere. It has a cult following. People will follow AMC to the end of the world. If they create a streaming service, I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of thousands or millions of users right off the bat. They have a name that is recognizable, and that name is worth money. They have actual cash on the books that they raised from public stock offerings during the meme craze. They can use that cash to make more money. I do think AMC has potential. I'll be trading it if it hits that buy zone that we just talked about when looking at the chart. So stay tuned. I'll be doing more videos on AMC stock. Remember, I'm way too stupid to be a financial advisor. Way too stupid. So do your own research. Do your own due diligence. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, deuces.